Hello and welcome, folks, to Tranquility. It is the first ever EU playoffs on stream,
Scored.
which is pretty awesome, right? EU is popping this season and it's only going to be getting better and better. And oh boy, we have a matchup today which I think we're going to see these players really be playing for like the soul and heart of their team, because if you lose today, that's it. Vamos, gone, bye bye, cha cha, no more. My name's Gio, I'll be asking for you today alongside Frostitude. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks and you, Gio, after that fantastic intro there. Yeah, as you said, all stakes to play for today, as we'll be seeing the teams of CAM Cam against Paid to Win. Both of these teams kind of struggling in the regular season, now in the lower bracket, and as you said, this game, elimination. So the losing team here is unfortunately out of Tranquility EU Discord season 9.
Nine, yes.
9, thank you.
9.
So really, these teams have everything to lose right now. Both teams kind of coming off here with just the one win against Berserk. However, Cam in the previous matchup of these two teams did come out on top, a very closely fought 3-1, and that is the one difference maker between the teams in terms of their records. So will we see a repeat of that, or will we see Pay to Win finally putting in the cash, paying off the Tranquility staff, and getting through to the next round?
Yeah, late minute investors needed here for Pay to Win because they've only afforded one, and you got to start spending that cash. Maybe spend all their cash on their players and not enough on behind the scenes dealing and such. But the controlled attack machine. Made that up on the spot there. That's not their actual acronym. Cam, they have beaten Pay to Win in the past. That is true. So that they do have that history. Although that does mean these teams can prepare for each other. They've played each other. They can see what the other team does. So it's very interesting, especially since we will be heading to our first map, which is Nepal.
Heck yeah. Nepal, obviously quite a poke-centric map. So, in my opinion, except for the what's it, village? Yes, village, where usually quite brawl-centric, and we will see obviously what the teams decide to do with these maps. Overwatch 2 lending itself to quite a brawly style, especially towards the start of the game. So I'm expecting to see a lot of Zarya coming through, maybe on the Poke maps, maybe a little bit more Sigma. I've seen some Orisa in the past little while, scrims and ranked. So it remains to be seen what these teams will be playing, and I'm really excited to see what they bring out here.
Yeah, it's up to the Himalayas now to start on the peak of the mountains in the village, or wherever we start in Nepal. And yeah, there are lots of options in this elo for tanks. I think the meta is a little bit more freeing than people think at this level. The higher you get, the more restricted I believe it becomes. At least from my experience in witnessing it, it's more Zarya-centric, it's more Diva-centric. Those off tanks are popping, but I tell you what, good Reinhardts are shocking people left, right, and centre. They're not expecting it, and the pace of play by some teams are just rolling through their opposition. So it could be what we see here in Nepal.
It can be. We are going to be starting off with village here, and pretty much mirror comps. I said that, except the DPS are quite different. The side of Pay to Win going for a much more bursty style in terms of frontline damage there, as opposed to CAM, which had decided to take more of the flanker route. So it will be interesting to see where the teams can make the fights take place, as Eastern have their own things too.
Yeah, team down there. Putske going to get the credit for that one, but will go down themselves. It is equal here, 4-4. That's Somber of Kurisu dealing some distraction in the back, allowing Blue to actually get Ilarath. Now it is Pay to Win who have the advantage in this fight. Cam, though, still advancing. Still think they can get something from it. Jaya going a little bit low there. Was able to get out. Now we're kind of relaxing in this poke stage with the Sombra scouting.
Yeah, the Sombra just in the background there, hoping to set up a dive, scouting for the team. A really early pickoff there from Paid to Win. Maybe Tsuga going a little bit out of position. We will see Ben always coming up to this this window, matched on the other side by Belks, and I think those will be the two that come out there. As I said, that Belks taken out though.
Great hack and follow up there on the dive. Very swift end to the Baptiste. That means no sustainability here for the team of Pay to Win, who are falling. Although don't underestimate the charge of the Zarya, as Blue does get an exit pick, but incredible scouting and follow up there from that Sombra hack.
Yeah, I think Cam there actually just took the initiative. Pay to Win just seemed way too happy to be sitting on the point there and not pressing their advantage. Maybe a little bit scared of the positioning of CAM there. We will see Blue coming up to this Graviton Surge with nothing ready to answer on the side of Tsuga being picked off both fights right at the start. We will see the dueling, the window coming through here from Ben.
Yeah, Amplification Matrix allowing the side of Cam to really have that pressure applied. With Falks going down early again, you can tell that it's very keen target practice by the side of Pay to Win. By the side of Cam, Pay to Win on the retreat. Actually getting a good grab off. It is the blade from Elraf getting a triple kill, slicing and dicing, making it look like the Texo Chainsaw Massacre, but with a katana.
With the katana, yeah. I was trying to think what Dead by Daylight killer has a sword, but I can't right now, so I'm just gonna leave that analogy.
I believe Oni.
Oni is the one. Yes. Yeah, we will see that the frontline brawl style of Pay to Win not really paying off for them just yet, but they're going to rotate to point now and make Cam come to them. I think a fantastic rotation here as Bolts opens up with that window.
Yeah, putting that pawn forward, forcing him in, but here comes the EMP. It's huge, but the return blossom is huge. Absolutely nullifies the follow-up of that EMP. Incredible play by Hutsuki.
Incredible play by Hutsuki there, pressing the Q button, and the entirety of Cam obviously wanting to collapse in on that EMP there from Karisu, grouping up so nicely for Hutsuki there. Hutsuki on full health there after eating all the health off the enemy team there. Karisu getting hacked up there from trying to put a hack onto Blue, and yeah, that will be a nice grab onto Panda.
Yeah, it's a double grab there onto the backline. Follow-up not quite there, or at least not fast enough. Falks does eventually fall to Elraf, who's in the backline causing mayhem, and that's going to allow Marmor to find Panda, although Blue finding a differential on the Zarya will be enough to sway this fight. Elraf is going to get melted down by the beam. It's messy, but it will go the way of Cam here. Very back and forth on Village.
Very back and forth indeed, and it looks like Blue is focusing a little bit too much on the enemy Zarya there, if I had to pick something out here. Whereas Marmor seems to be very happy, you know, focusing on the other players of Pay to Win. And that's kind of what you really want to do here, just ignore the tank and probably put a window down. That'll force them back.
Oh, very nicely placed window, allowing Ben G to have the follow-up there. Blue will get a good Graviton Surge. The follow-up is there. Benji, though, dealing a lot of damage in the back, getting a differential onto Balks. Although this will be Pay to Win, swapping it over. Final percentage here, can anybody touch? It will be the Sombra coming in for it. Will be able to set on the point there, invisible, and then decloak for the overtime. That's going to give Cam another opportunity to come back into this one. EMP is almost ready, but Jaya already has theirs. Doesn't need it to take down Sucker though. That's going to be the Lucio down, no more speed for you. And yeah, it's all collapsing here for Cam. That's the EMP to finish it up. And a beat for a cherry on top. Pay to Win, early in the lead.
If this is what the rest of the series is gonna look like, I am so excited. That was so back and forth, so evenly matched. Yeah, Pay to Win taking it there in the end. Maybe I think that rotation to point that they gave themselves after losing, I think maybe the third fight, was just all that they really needed, and thereafter they could just sit and make Cam come to them. Yeah, I don't think there's really too much more to say about that than both these teams really seeming to like their style. Cam a little bit more focused on that that isolation, But with the Sombra on both sides now, we're actually going to see an exact mirror. So this is going to come down basically to team coordination and to mechanical skill, as we'll see the Sombras taking almost different rotations here over the sides of the map.
Yeah, like yin and yang with each other as the Sombras on those white flanks. All about the scouting here. You can see them taking their time. There's the hack on to Benji. That is going to force the Immortality Field to come out there early from both sides, actually. It is those Baptistes that are in trouble, but Hutski gets so much damage done here with the Reaper. It's just too much for the opposing side to handle. Pay to win, going to win that first fight.
Yeah, Paid to win, grabbing the first fight there. As Tsuga, in stark contrast to the first round there, is actually the last player to fall for yeah, that was fortunately we got Hutski's perspective there, just pumping in the headshots, putting in so much damage. And Eliraf is actually going to decide not to take the duel anymore, favoring the long-range poke of the Sojourn. So obviously fully relying on those, not fully relying, very much relying on those headshots there, as we'll see Tsuga going quite heavily into the backline.
Yeah, good hack in the back, Bajaga caught out, forced very low health. Blue up against the opposing Zari here is going to get the better of that duel for now. Tsuga overextends a little bit, gets caught up by the high charge, pushing forward, and it is going to be Hutski cleaning up Eliraf. Paid to win, they're looking strong here. Looks like the funds have come in.
Does look like the funds have come in, Gio. Maybe those players you mentioned them buying. Maybe they've finally got them to coordinate. Yeah. It looks like Eliraf there dropped off the high ground, and I'm not quite sure why that was the case. Maybe a bit of a misplay, maybe the angles weren't working for them, but Hutski was just able to walk over them. But having said that, Eliraf is actually almost at that Sojourn ult there, as we'll see Jaya messing with Tsuga here, but looking to gain an EMP, I think, into the backline.
Yeah, getting a hack onto the Baptiste in the meantime while waiting for the EMP. The other EMP does come out there and will get the follow-up onto Panda. Big grab onto Marmor though to try and equalize, as Aya has found Eliraf. Blue has taken Tsuga down again. Lucio really struggling on the side of Cam right now. Hutski coming out with a blossom, and it is a beautiful flower that develops into a fight win.
Yeah, listen. If there's one thing I can say about Hutski, it's definitely that they know how to press Q. That's turning a fight there. I mean, I think Paid to win were winning that already. That's a very early engage there from the Sojourn, making themselves known.
Yeah, that overclock did not go the way that Eliraf wanted it, but here comes a grab from Marmor to try and equalize. Gets hacked up though, that's bad, can't use Bubble, gets torn down by the Reaper. This combination of the hack and Reaper is just so brutal that they don't know what to do. This beat will come out to try and sustain the remaining members of Cam, but there really isn't too much to be done here, as the beat also comes out from Panda. And it will be a more definitive Paid to win point there. Very nicely done.
Very nicely done there. And yeah, it looked like the kind of the mirror match there went. I mean, we know what this is. This is that beautiful one on Village, I think. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this completely counteracted the EMP. Beautiful, beautiful. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Oh, great stuff. Beautiful plays here. And it is a best of 5 tonight, but that is going to roleplay to win into the lead 1-0. And you know, in very important matches like this, where you know if you lose, that's it, finito, it's done. It is down to the wire, and it's all about the mentality of sticking in there. Your back's against the wall, and you need to fight out of it. Frosted, what are you feeling about this matchup so far?
I mean, as you said, Gio, that second round there was an extremely dominant showing from Paid to win there. I think maybe a little bit of communication error there for Cam, that overclock being, I think, quite a bit too early there in terms of just the last fight. So that's more of a micro thing that we're talking about here. But it is looking like Paid to win, if they continue this trajectory, should be looking really good for the rest of the series. But we did see Cam play, obviously incredibly well on that first point. Looking like they favor more the pokey style of this brawl comp, if that makes sense, more of like the hybrid poke brawl over this front line, just like in your face, press W and M1 that Pay to Win seem to be really strong on. So presumably this next map will be more of a long range style map. I think we are on hybrid, if I remember correctly.
I believe so. Yeah.
And so we'll see what they choose to pick there. Let's see. We'll see the map pick as it comes through. And entirely not entirely up to that, but just to see how the teams play. But I think we've definitely got a match in our hands here, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Very back and forth. Sure, it started to look more like Paid to Win there, but we will be going to the Big Apple as we will be heading to Midtown. It's very quickly becoming my new favourite hybrid, and I know when King's Row exists, that's shock and horror. Geo, how could you say such sacrilegious things? Well, I've been playing King's Row for 6 years, give me a break, okay? Midtown's fun. I like Midtown.
I'm with you on that. I'm 100% with you on that. Like, I think I still prefer being on King's Row, not necessarily playing it, just like being there, because like I like the aesthetic. But like you, I have had it for quite a while, and obviously every team wants to play it, so I think this is a great pick. This map, I will say, is actually a bit of a toss-up in my mind as to which style will be more prevalent. Right, It will be you can front brawl them, you can poke them. It's all about positioning, and like the high ground here can be really strong if you use it correctly. But you can kind of not scout, kind of scoot around that quite nicely.
Yes, and reminder, we are in the losers bracket, and it will be about which team here takes the train to that grand finals to try and take that journey all the way to redeem themselves, to prove that they can come back from the brink. At the end of the day, what really matters is that you show up in the playoffs.
That is true. And yeah, this looks like the comps we're going to be running out on here. A bit of Sojourn Lucio with a Ryan comp here. A very interesting kind of, I don't really know what I would call this. I mean, maybe I'm trying to compare it to Overwatch 1 comps, and that's where my issue lies. But very much a poke comp coming through from Cam here, looking to outright disrupt the enemy and just make their lives incredibly difficult if anyone gets split off. As we will see Karisu just raining in the damage on the Pharah.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, do my eyes deceive me? Or is Hammond being played in Overwatch 2 right now? Not seen that for a while, but Curioso is going to enter it up with taking Panda out, which I don't think is legal. They are a critically endangered species, especially right now in the fight, as there are none of them left here, which means that Reinhardt does not have the speed, a big walking turtle, and that is just going to be the Pharah peeling them apart from the air. No one's even really able to contest it, only really the Sojourn, but Jaya is gone, and that's going to be that first attack thwarted.
Yeah, and that was a really long fight as well for a lost fight from Pay to Win there. I think they probably should have gone back a little bit earlier. We will see Hutski switching over to the Sombra, obviously with the Overwatch 2 changes, not losing any L charge really, fortunately for them. And we will see Blue switching over to a D.Va, so Woki should be in a world of hurt right now. Poof.
Oh boy, yeah, there's some reason why you don't say ball too often in Overwatch 2. Here comes Kitsune Rush, but Carisso's right there with the barrage. It's going to get taken out for it, but that is the life of the Pharah, the rising Phoenix, or I guess dropping Phoenix. Balks though, hold on a minute, on Kiriko, getting those headshots and body shots, able to stay alive. Gets caught out though. Benji on the other side, going to get the best of that duel. Mine's on the point to try and sustain here. Is actually going to find Panda there. And Elraf finding the mech. It is looking like the defending side going to be holding in here. Giving away a tick right now, but they're being patient. And they're coming back in to clean up.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looked like a very dominant fight when from Pay to Win, but it just looked like they weren't able to clean up their Eliraf kills Jaya, probably not wanting to stagger themselves too much. And yeah, I suppose you do see the Wrecking Ball go down super early, super quickly there. But as with Wrecking Ball in any and all senses of it, back to the fight so quickly. So maybe that's kind of the call here, is just keep recontesting. We're not really too concerned about like the fight win as we are just making it last as long as possible. And I mean, this is probably the perfect comp for that. We will see maybe an EMP bomb coming through here. I'm not sure if that is advised, but I think that is what's going to happen.
Oh, the baby D.Va and Blue gets taken out. Well, does trade there, finding the Mercy. That was close to Valk, so it could be a crucial pick there. But without your tank, how much can you really push and take that space? Especially when Wokey is still up despite going low. Overclock going to be used by Jaya. They're going to find the differential onto Elira, finding that shot. Onto Kyrioso also. Jaya coming up big here for Cam right now. Is a little bit low on the old health there, but is going to survive that Wokey attack. You do see Suga on the Valk trying to touch, is being kept up here by the Kiriko on their team. Also, Blue will find them in an act of vengeance there. Kiriko Kitsune Rush on the point for Cam isn't going to get too much done, but Valks cleans up that barrage, and surely that's a swap there for the...
Yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely a swap coming through there from Kariso if there's... Yeah, okay, there you go. Straight onto the Genji. I mean, you could have kept at least 30% ult charge, so maybe Overwatch 1 is still keeping into the into the psyche there from Karisu. But yeah, that fight there, I think Valks both started it off and ended it off with a Kiriko rush. That fight went on so long that Kiriko actually ended up with 2 ults in Overwatch 2. Wokey blown up once again, just not having a great time with the main tank experience in Overwatch 2.
Yeah, not quite. What a headshot to Hutsuki, who had the EMP. Bomb comes out though again, finding the Mercy. The remake, hello, Blue. Dabba-dee-dabba-die on an absolute roll here. And this is going to bring Cam through that tunnel, I believe. And yeah, they're looking real good here on second point.
They really are, and I think I might need to question Wokey's tank picks here, because I feel like that has actually been kind of the major difference maker so far in these points. Obviously they're looking more to play this pokey style, but and the monkey probably lends itself into that, but you know, not really working out so far. And I'm expecting this EMP, there it is, to come out, catching 3 members there, and Suga immediately off.
Incredible EMP, going to be a quick win here for Cam. They struggled there on first point, but they're really on the move here. Jaya is just tearing house right now, pulling that overclock to such a lethal, effective range.
Yeah, and this looks like the Ana is actually going to get taken out and like healed up there by Tsuga. Fantastic peel work there from the Brigitte. Obviously no longer able to stun, but can put in, I think, a bit more damage and a lot more, a bit more damage, healing and a lot more damage. With that bash especially. We will see the primal rage here, which means that Wokey will have quite a bit more forgiving of a time here in the backline as they dive in, and there's also what you call it, Kitsune Rush from Bolts.
Yeah, Kitsune Rush is going to be available from Bolts. Has actually used that primal rage as 1,000 health chunk down. Blue sending in yet another bomb. The bomb factory, Blue with a triple of the bomb. Please let them get that final elimination for the 5k.
Let's go.
That is a confirmation team wipe for Blue. Incredible D.Va work here.
That was such good timing on that D.Va bomb. They're noticing the entire team was pushed up, unable to back off, just sent it in there. Panda got the beat as well to counter this blade, and there it is. No real work there for Karisu to do.
Nano Blade comes out, but you were right, the beat right there is going to nullify almost all of it, but Hutsuki's found by the still nano shurikens there of the Genji. That's going to allow them to melt them down. Jaya though trying to come up big with this overclock. Might just do it. Finds Wokey. No more tank. Eliraf off the planet. Now going very deep here. Jaya might regret this, but does get the support. Moving forward nice and slow. Cam on a very good trajectory here. Benji in the worst position of their life. But hold on. The Genji can also find Panda no more speed here for Cam, and the rally is pretty much going to secure this defense. Good holding in there by the defenders.
Yeah, really good work there. Who was it there? Jaya not able to get that pick onto Benji. And yeah, that seemed to have been all that they really needed. The sustain from the Ana, or maybe just the distraction of the Ana being in the background there, unable to be killed. We will see Husky putting a bit of annoyance onto Woki, forcing out a bubble, but we'll be back so quickly. Very close to this EMP though, so I'm looking at a big one coming through here from Husky. And Bob's going to be the only thing really to be able to contest here from Cam. So this fight is going to be very, very decided by who presses Q first, I think. Panda going down first, but not a good start.
Yeah, that Dynamite's going to take Panda down. The EMP maybe took too long. And with the EMP out, Bob is going to come out and touch the point. Actually taking out the mech there of Blue and finding Jaya. Defenders holding in. Robert is doing a madness. And that was almost a recontest there. But very nicely held in at the final point there for Pay to Win.
Yeah, really nicely held there. And I think those kills, all 4 of the kills from Cam killing Paid to Win, came in about the space of, I'd say, a second, like less than a second. There was just nothing on the kill feed and then just everyone on the kill feed. A really good 3rd point hold there from Cam, switching over to the Zarya, and that seemed to be the tank that did make all the difference. Though, as I did say at the start of the round there, that Wrecking Ball comp did make it incredibly time-consuming for Pay to Win to get that first point, which meant, obviously, it carries on into the rest of the round there. That doesn't have as much time as they would like to have had. But a really good push there from Pay to Win. Second point Notorious for that high ground, that underpass. They got through that like no sweat at all. I think maybe with the usage of maybe 2 or 3 ults, but they did get through it incredibly quickly, and that means that this push for Cam is going to be quite a challenging one. We'll see if Woki decides to stay on the Zarya or if they will switch back over to a main tank though.
Yeah, definitely. Cam here, they are looking to not play that ball anymore. Did work out for some time on first point, but didn't get the value they were looking for. And did I just? Of course, caster curse.
They've decided this is the comp for first point. Jaya is scouting out there for Cam. And yeah, I was gonna say maybe they shouldn't play this on attack, considering the point of the comp and maybe on first was to waste a bit of time, and they don't really want to be wasting their own time on attack here. We will see very aggressive push though from Pay to Win as Woki decides to just go capture point.
Yeah, gonna go deep, trying to force someone onto point to create an opportunity for the Pharah Mercy there. Nothing has been found yet. Still in this poke stage of the fight, kind of feeling each other out. Kind of contesting the point now and again. Panda's going to go down to Elraf. That's an opportunity made, but missing your Mercy is going to be tough for the Pharah. It does actually take out Jaya though, which is really the only head scan to deal with it other than Balks. So now Balks is going to be tasked to try and take down Curioso here, but Benji is going to find Hutsuki. It's very back and forth, but very much in the favour of Cam right now, but they need to ride this momentum and quickly take care of this tank lineup before the recontest comes in. I think they've given a little bit too much space. Give them a mile and they'll take a yard, I don't know.
4 miles.
Yeah, it's like 4 miles, yeah. But yeah, Cam are still holding in with this one. It's messy as all hell, but they are finally going to win that fight out. Whoa, what a scrap.
What a scrap there. I mean, that is the name of the comp that Cam was running there. Woki deciding that the Wrecking Ball is actually too much of a mission with Jaya on the Sombra, just holding right click, waiting for them to roll through. And we'll switch over to this Winston, which I am actually fully in support of with this, unless they're going to switch over to the Wrecking Ball again now, at which point I'm going to be very sad. Zarya, actually. Okay, so neither. I'm not too upset. We will see the dueling nanos coming through here, but Eliraf outpacing Jaya on that Sombra ult for now does mean that it looks like Cam would like to go really aggressive with this, and if they don't, they might suffer the consequences here. We'll see Jaya just making all of Cam look around for them, and with that, seems to be caught up with the EMP.
Yeah, there's the hack. It's actually going to find Hutsuki not even going to use the EMP. It's actually Jaya who comes through with the EMP, and it's a disaster for the side of Pay to Win, who pull their big win condition to absolutely no effect because the counteraction there by Elrath, incredible timing, whether intended or not, there by the side of Cam.
Yeah, that the Nano Zarya there, I think just being so scary in the front line because you can't block any of that damage. You've got a D.Va. The D.Va can either face tank it or just accept their fate. You know, accept that one of their teammates is going to die. Pick your battles, I guess. We will see the Nano coming through here from Pay to Win. I'm not really sure who it's going to go on, as we'll see that Nano. There's the EMP coming through here. Oh man.
Massive EMP from Elrath to follow up onto Hutsuki's back. That's a lot of that damage off the board here. But that Nano onto blue. The boss music is playing. The D.Va connoisseur himself is all hyped up. Finds 2 already. Is going to need to touch the point here. High charge right now for Wookie. So that could be an issue here for the D.Va. Does have the bomb. Meanwhile, Curioso has went down. Hutsuki in the backline, finding that Ana. It looks like Pay to Win are going to be holding this one out.
Yeah, that was an incredible recontest there from Pay to Win, who seem to have found their groove with ignoring that Zarya of Wokey. Maybe the previous Zarya there was too much of a threat. They had to focus them down first. But that Nano onto blue, they allow for the build-up of the bomb here, which means that blue does have, if not a second life, a lot of space clearing potential. And we will see Hutsuki again with that Sojourn Railgun Overclock. That's the word I was looking for. Coming through there. But Karisu, with this Nano, with the blade, shall I say, gonna be quite a mission here. Hutsuki pulls out their signature.
Yeah, but Elrath is going to find Jaya, who had the EMP. That's a humongous elimination here. It's going to be their win condition off the board for Pay to Win. They're going to be forced to utilize the ults that they were not planning. The B comes in to sustain for now. Jaya does have the time to come back in for this fight. Very quick hero. Massive hit there by Blue, but it's the blade that comes in from Cam. It was a distraction. The grab was just meant to say, go fetch. Meanwhile, it was Curioso chopping up the rest of the team.
Yeah, I think Jaya came back there, should have used that EMP, maybe getting a little bit too confident off the back of that eat from blue there. Fantastic play by the D.Va, by the way. But we will see them backing up into spawn here, just doing their best to save bulks and doing an incredibly good job appealing for their honor. It looks like both the Sombras are going to be positioning here to get their EMPs both in their respective backlines, and we'll see Jaya looking to position very aggressively. I wonder if it's going to come with a D.Va bomb or if it's just going to be a single, like a dry EMP. We'll see, I suppose, probably in about 3 seconds, as we'll see both teams trying to take control of this backline.
Yeah, there's the EMP coming out for the side of Pay to Win onto the backline. Gonna find Suga, but there's the counter EMP onto Pay to Win. Is that enough to swing it in the favor? It won't be. Or will it? Benji actually finally eliminated at the end there, but no, like these Sombras are such rivals. It is all about this matchup here in the Sombra. Jaya versus Elrath, and they have immediately swapped. They felt it. They both swapped onto the same hero. No, they didn't. I'm talking MASH. What am I on about?
You saw Hutsuki there, and you were like, "No, that's
yes.
Definitely Jaya. There's no way Jaya wouldn't be on the Sojourn." Yeah, after the performance they put in on the first round, I wouldn't be surprised if they stayed there. And towards the end of that fight, there you saw the big advantage that the D.Va has, aside from that damage mitigation. As I talk about the D.Va, Nanoed in the backline here, incredibly scary. Tsuga getting absolutely destroyed, as well as Elrath.
It is a blue world, and we're just living in it because this is another 4K this time, but incredible stuff here from the tank, but crucially not in the mech anymore.
I wonder if Blue is going to head back to spawn here to change. I wonder if that's advised now, considering they do have that bomb, but if they allow Cam to come in here, no ults on the board, but they do have a tank, right? They've got a tank, whereas Pay to Win essentially have 3 DPS right now. So we'll see if Blue can build up to that mech quick enough. Hutsuki's going to take the fight into their own hands, though.
Yeah, big overclock there from Hutsuki, actually counteracted by Curioso to swap it out. It is the Genji going wild, and Nanoblade is available here if they want to clean this fight up, or just wait for it for this next fight. You see that checkpoint, they don't need to get it all the way just round this corner, and there it is, the fire truck's getting there, the fire's about to get put out, and here's the nano blade, and it is the extinguisher for the flame that is the defense of Pay to Win. But hold on a second, the flame grows large, blue is a roaring fire here, hard to put out, but there it is. Cam will eventually get that done, and it is a win here for Cam, equalizing 1-1. Oh, this is a battle.
Yeah, as I said after the first round, okay, we'll see Blue's play of the game here. Probably that beautiful bomb that they put in there towards the end there. But yeah, that final fight they just didn't have the space, obviously lacking their diva, and I think they might have been more better advised there to actually take the fight like at the gate instead of waiting for Cam to come through to them, meaning that they only really had that one fight instead of the two fights maybe that they would have got if they'd taken them more forward. So maybe a bit of a misplay there, single micro things as same, but in a match this close, it does really come down to inches. And as you were, I think, trying to say there towards the end of the worst point there, give an inch and they will take a mile.
Yes, I improvised a mile into a yard, yes. I don't know what it was, it's just something came over me and I wasn't ready for it. But yeah, as Diva says, it's a skill issue. But you know, not between these teams. Equalized now 1-1. There is still plenty more of this matchup to go, but it is now half time, folks. To rest. So much energy coming out from this match. Get your popcorn, get your snacks, get your non-brand specific fizzy drink. Right, let's go and get ready for the second half. So
water.
Or water. Yes, if you are healthier than that. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back after this break. See you then. Welcome back, folks, to the second half of Tranquility. It is still the playoffs here, and we're so excited that my camera cannot focus on me. Hello?
Neither can I, to be fair.
Hello? Nah, that's fair
fair.
enough. It is hard to focus. What is happening with my camera? We'll never find out. What's happening in the game? Well, it's 1-1. It's equal here. Prostitute, it's one hell of a banger right now.
It really is, Gio. This match has been incredibly close so far, and the only thing really separating these teams, as I mentioned, is pretty much inches. That said my ex-girlfriend. And sorry. We'll get back to the game here. We will see now coming up to Pay to Win's map pick here, which is Circuit Royale, a very interesting pick for them, considering I would say that Cam has actually looked like the stronger team on Poke so far. So maybe they're looking to flex their muscles here. Maybe they're more on the kind of the all or nothing, whereas so they're going to a full Poke here, whereas they think Cam is more of like a hybrid style. So they think Cam's probably going to try run like a half Poke, half not so Poke. Obviously, well, this remains to be seen, but this is Pay to Win's map pick, and so probably quite important for them to win this if they want to avoid Cam going to match point.
Yes. Heading over to Monaco now to see which team will be off to the races and trying to take this playoffs match. It is, I remind you, it is a losers bracket match, and as we're brought in with a beautiful melody, which is not at all headache-inducing, it will be decided here. Whichever team loses is out of the race completely. But, someone's got to go.
Someone does have to go, indeed. As of right now, Balks needs to get off that piano, which they have done, finally. I don't know if Panda was trying to create a melody there, but Balks was definitely, as usual, just trying to cause a headache. And probably looking to cause a bit of a headache here on the Zen through this round. We have we have exactly mirrored comps here. As I say that Jaya does switch off the Hanzo onto the Sojourn here. Both the DPS of Pay to Win looking incredibly strong on that hero here, as we'll see some early poke back and forth there, some cooldowns being used. But yeah, Pay to Win not unhappy with this. They're getting some card push, and Bulk's playing with life there as Hutski gets the diff on Ilya.
Beautiful shot. It's all about the Widowmakers tonight, and it will be Hutski getting that differential there briefly onto Elaraf, which I'm sure is going to be a back and forth of the ages. So much damage being put onto the backline there. Bang! Forced to use Immortality Field. That is a crucial ability now off the board here for the defenders in Cam, as Pay to Win kind of jostle for position here. They need to watch that high ground, of which now the defenders have control of. Elaraf though deciding to stick with the low ground, try and get a sneaky pick. Almost takes the head off of Balks, but it is actually Curioso who finds that first elimination onto Panda. And that's going to back the attacking team up.
And back the attacking team up, and Jaya will actually switch back over to the Hanzo here. Balks is playing with life and really not respecting Eliraf at all there. Just very freely poking this angle here as the Zenyatta. And I mean, having the ult charge to show for it, as we'll say, think of ults, here comes Blue with a massive flux forcing out that lamp there.
Incredible stuff. The window will come out here for the defense, but walking right through it, Blue is just going to create that space, and despite the dragon, there will be nothing found with it. Very strong win here for Pay to Win on this first point. They did get a little held up though.
They did get a little held up, that's true, but I mean, it was only really one fight, and 4 minutes 30 on the time bank is really nothing to scoff at here. Kariso getting that kill onto Hutski is a massive start, but I think the Sigma diff is probably a little bit more exciting, and Jaya getting that pick there. This is a one fight, I think, for Pay to Win.
Yeah. The very quick fights are going to occur here when there's so much one-shot potential. See Elaraf going for it again, but that is a risky move. will get that shield there to protect themselves. And
Haven't
Pay to
moved
Win,
in
they're
the
not
clock.
pushing. Yeah, they're not pushing the point.
Yeah, Pay to Win are not pushing the point, and so despite that entire fight there is pretty much all for naught. Okay, not all for naught, they got it halfway up this hill here, but they could have got it so much further there as Mama brings out the
Big
Super
Flux
here.
and somehow through the Transcendence gets that elimination with the Panda. That must have been so much damage done in one instance there to get through that Transcendence healing. Now, the attacking team in a little bit of trouble. They are going to utilize the Flux of their own, but they will not be able to get through the Transcendence of the Suga. Now, they need to back up, recontest, reconsider this attack, as there's a lot of damage beaming onto them. Kuroso is going to take down one of their players there, but Suga has went down. Could turn around here. Window comes up. Yeah, Elraf is going to go down there, starting to push forward. Big Dragon will find Balks. Immortality Field as well goes down for the side of camp. It's back and forth here for Prostitute.
It really is, but like, can we please highlight Blue here has been an absolute hero on this Sigma. I mean, and hero throughout this game here. The tanks of Pay to Win just putting in the work. Carrizo here deciding to test them and like paying with their life. That was pretty much... The Rock did not able to cancel the res, unfortunately, there. And we will see Elirev actually deciding that this Widow duel is not worth their time.
Oh, almost getting the Ashe death onto the Widow, but that's the issue of Ashe. We've seen 2 headshots there, but they were not eliminations. Even with that even with the pocket, doesn't quite get the same value as the Widow or Sojourn might.
Yeah, there's that one-shot potential that you're alluding to there, Geo, is actually such a massive factor, and both DPS on Pay to Win do have that now. Speaking of one-shots, here comes Blue with yet another Flux from
What
below.
a shot! Hootski out of this world. It's gonna find Kuroso there. It's gonna get rezzed up, but we'll find Elraf. This man is on a next level mission to take care of the defending team. They're on the back foot now, very clearly. You see the pocketed hands. So actually going to find that arrow, sneaking it for everyone to find Hootski. It's going to force this Flux to come out, but the Transcendence gonna save them for that moment. And now going to get forced off of it. There's Robber on the mission. It's going to hold up the point just for a moment there. We got completely burned down. This window is still causing some issue. Elraf walking through, but it is Pay to Win just cleaning up now.
Yeah, Pay to Win cleaning up there as Jaya pops his overclock there. I was going to say a bit of an overinvestment, but actually I think I'm correct in saying a bit of an overinvestment there. But you know, to secure a point, I think that's probably more than worth it. I didn't see what Hootski switched over to there. Possibly a Tracer or something to try and get back to the fight. But straight back onto the Widow, and why wouldn't you? Riso here is actually switched over to the Genji, which might make Hootski's life quite a bit more difficult if the Genji decides to go for the dive onto the Widow there. Or the deflect, I suppose. That would be the funnier way to die, but probably the less likely one. As I said, the Carrizo going so low there, but is causing Hootski to reconsider their position. As you'll see, Blue on yet another Flux. This player has just put in so much damage. I would just love to see what the stats are on this.
Big Flux coming out here, pushing forward. It's going to force the Immortality Field out, which didn't really get anyone, but didn't also not get anyone. A bit of a missed usage there, but Blue is going to find Kuroso. And that's going to allow the attacking team some space here, but even against a Widow, the Sojourn is so deadly accurate with this railgun. Elraf is unstoppable. Once they get rolling, nothing can stand in their way.
Yeah, and this is what you were saying with that Ashe here. Eliraf has the aim, has that awareness of where the players are going to be, able to get those headshots, just not really be able to like clutch it up with their, finish off the kill, shall I say, with the Ashe. And there's that aforementioned Tracer swap I mentioned from Hootski. I think seeing that they're probably going to be under a lot more pressure than they would like to be with this Genji, and maybe deciding that the bubbles are not going to be in their favor, switching over here. Benj and Panda both going to have those BAP windows there, so I think who presses Q first here could be a major decider on how this last 30 seconds goes, Gio.
Definitely do or die. Final moment here. Panda completely caught out alone on the point. Now it's all falling apart for the side of Pay to Win. Panda was one of their only ultimates there in the Amp Matrix. Now it's just getting absolutely torn apart. I doubt there's going to be too much to recontest here for a proper fight. Do need to get this blade and grab off.
They do need to get the blade and the grab off, and like I was saying, Gio, Panda needed to press Q. We will see the point stall here from Hutski. We'll need to get the recall out and get out of there so quickly, and not able to. Elirak says no.
Oh boy, there's the rally from Suga, and that's going to be helping that defense and a lot. Big blade there from Kuroso is going to take 2 of them down. It's a disaster here. Pay to Win not getting what they want. Well, the bomb will find the immortality field. I thought for a moment that Suga got hit by that, but good defense there overall by Cam. They did get, however, 2 for a point. They do have a physical win condition where if they get it to that checkpoint, there is no second chance for Pay to Win.
Yeah, and very key there. You might notice that that cart really isn't that far into third point. So pretty much capping second here will put so much pressure onto Pay to Win to defend that. Obviously, they do need to get past Cam. Do need to get past this first choke with that bridge, that very strong bridge high ground that Pay to Win seemed to take incredibly easy there. I think on the back of some brilliant aim by Husky and pressure by Blue. Yeah, looking quite. I'm not going to say dicey for Pay to Win, but I think they would have liked to have got it at least a little bit further there, just so that they don't have to hold that very awkward position around the first corner there on third.
Yeah, you're right. That is quite an awkward place to be holding. Their goal here might be to not even let them get to third point. Try and hold them for as long as you can on first. Maybe try and hold on second even. It's going to be tough. Pay to Win. They are up against the wall right now. Will that mean they fight for survival, or will they crumble under the pressure of Cam's attack?
Yeah, and we're going to see a bit of a switch up here. Tsuga choosing to switch over to the Mercy instead of the Zenyatta. So choosing to empower Kariso or Eliraf, who have switched roles. Look, it seems like Eliraf not feeling confident in that Widow at the moment, despite all the headshots they put in there on the Sojourn. And another...
Oh, incredible accuracy here from both the DPS on the side of Cam. That dream of holding first point is withering away with every headshot that the DPS of Cam get. Pay to Win on the back foot here. Cam a moment to regroup here, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah, Cam a moment to regroup there, and a very swift slide away there from Jaya. They have given up this first corner, and despite that, Eliraf is flicking heads.
Eliraf is on the next level stuff, is on the god mode, but the deity has been deceased. Going for a very risky res here and actually pulls it off. Talk about divine heroes never die, and right back at it with Eliraf getting a limb. Oh boy, Cam are actually really on a momentum roll here.
They really are, Gio, and so much for what you were saying there with trying to hold them on first. On the back of some fantastic plays by Eliraf and Karisu, first point was not non-existent, but yeah, you can see it in the switches now. Pay to Win are scared of the DPS. They've just decided that they're basically going to like Goomba stomp onto them with a coordinated dive to try and deal with them, as that's really the only thing that they can do here. Blue straight onto the backline here, and pretty good to contest card as well.
A deep dive right into some dragons. Blue gets eviscerated there by the Shamada power. Now Hutski is already 40% inflated, of course that 30% switch change, but Eliraf is still on that good stuff. Can't swear, of course. But Eliraf is just looking absolutely nuts. Oh, maybe. No way did I just see what I saw! That was an invisible Sombra! Eliraf, you are insane! Someone check him, computer!
Check in PC and check this point about to be capped there as Karisu puts the headshot onto blue and Eliraf just has Panda's number, I mean, as well as everyone else on the side of Pay to Win. But yeah, it just looks like Pay to Win haven't really been allowed to play on this defense. The DPS from Cam, like 0 ults have been used until now. This is the first ult that has been used this entire round, Gio.
Really?
From Karisu, yes.
Whoa. That is
That's how
dominant.
quick it's been.
Wow. You see them setting up here. This is going to be so hard for the defenders to recontest. These long sight lines really just key into the DPS lineup. Sunny Rush is going to help bridge the gap. Dragon is ready to be laid down. They are going to be taking out Elraf. Bang is going to go down. Big Flux coming out, but no, not going to find it. Yeah, the defense actually holding in, but Elraf getting some clean shots there. Might actually be able to switch the tide of this fight. It will be hard though. Defenders, they look like they have finally won themselves a fight.
They won this, and a very important fight as well there, Gio, as there were 4 ults used in that fight there. Obviously the Widowmaker, the sights there to start off with, and there's a beautiful EMP from Jaya.
Big EMP, exactly what they needed. Well positioned there. Dragon coming in to try and section off the members of the defense, but now Pay to Win are starting to get a good roll here. Their ults rotations are looking very nice.
Yeah, very clean ult rotations here, and they need it because Pay to Win need to move this bot a sum total of 5 meters. To get, sorry, Pay to Win Cam, excuse me, to move this bot a sum total of 5 meters to get that win there, and we will see Marmot making the switch over here. The switches from Pay to Win really paying off here, as they've got 3 ults to look forward to. Cam have 0, and there comes one of them.
Big Blade immediately taking out Sugat there. That's that healing and defense gone. Will take down the opposing Genji there. Blue gonna find Ben, but Cam still coming up big in this fight. Is going to force the primal rage of the monkey there, who is going to be angry and swinging madly, and is going to get the D-Mech there. In fact, that could be quite crucial if they could stall that out. Well, not for long.
They could have stalled that out a lot longer, Gio, and that probably would have been advised considering the time bank. Still 3 minutes, and Pay to Win now only have that beat, which Panda is going to have to use in response to Kariso's blade, already up, by the way. Kariso said, cool, you want to play Genji? I'll play Genji. I'll play Genji, watch this space. And yeah, there's that blade up. They're going to have to keep going super aggressive here at Pay to Win if they want to keep up this pressure. Ben super low in the back on there as both DPS dive onto them.
Yeah, the dive not quite getting what they want initially. Let's see that card slowly moving forward. Kuroso finding a very crucial pick onto Hootski there. There's the blade from Kuroso. Stopping the beat from Panda. It's an absolute disaster for the side of the defense. Cam is slicing through them and will secure the win on Circuit Royale, bringing it 2-1 and bringing us to match point.
Bringing it to match point. Yeah, we will see here. This is going to be Eliraf just taking headshots, or taking names, shall I say, putting in headshots. And, oh, that was a cheeky angle there from Jaya, and onto Jaya, shall I say. Yeah, and like I said, the poke style comp of Cam just, you know, really working there on the poke map. As I was saying, I'm really surprised that Pay to Win took them to that map. Obviously a map that they find themselves comfortable with, not really playing into their opponent's strengths. But I mean, having said that, it is always important to play to your strengths as well. And we did see the adaptations there from Pay to Win on third point, really working out there. It just does, unfortunately, at that point, Cam's time bank was so big that, you know, all they had to really do was wait for one big play, and they got that through Karisu's Genji.
Absolutely, and it was a valiant attempt there on third point, but at the end, the onslaught of Cam was too much in Circuit Royal. Look at that! I'm on theme! Let's go!
You've been waiting years for this. You've been waiting years for this, Gio.
I bought this 10 years ago knowing there'd be an Overwatch map. Overwatch wasn't even out yet. and I knew there was going to be a map called Circuit. Is it called Circuit Royal, not Royale?
Royale.
No, it says Royal though. Like there is no E on the map.
I'm gonna Google this.
Yeah, Google it. I'm right. It's
I'll give it
Royal.
a Google.
It's so weird to me.
It's French. It's Monaco.
Oh, that's the issue then.
There you go.
I love all my EU brothers. That's what I say. And sisters and
yeah. Our next map, Gio, is gonna be New Queen Street. So this I would say is a much better pick from Pay to Win into playing more to their strength, more less into Cam strength. Obviously, still quite a lot of long sidelines here, but the ability to hide around cover on, pretty much all push maps is, but especially on New Queen Street, really lends itself to that brawl style that they seem to be a lot stronger than Cam on. So if they can force Cam into meeting them head on, which they will have to in this game mode, this is looking like a lot stronger of a pick here. They really don't want to give Cam space, and we've seen what Cam do with that space. They don't want to try that.
Yes, you gotta love me some push. I am very much in the side of it's much better than 2CP. I casted one of the best ever push maps. I think it was last week. Yeah, it was last weekend. It was so back and forth, and there was so much drama in it. This payload really keys into a lot of back and forth. Very, very rarely have I seen a one-sided push map. It's either been a quick play where there's someone who just shouldn't be in it in the game, or it has been a complete mismatch in an open SR division. And I think what we've seen so far really keys us into this is going to be back and forth.
Very back and forth here, and we can see Blue starting on that Winston there, looking to go for pretty much a full dive comp here. So Belks might be in a spot of bother if they get dove there, maybe by Kurisu. But if you're going to have a 4-man dive there onto the backline, maybe your Ana dying doesn't really matter so much.
The Mortality Field's already been forced out, and Bang is going to go down with a bang. Oh god, I'm coughing, but Elraf is trying to turn that around there for their team. Humongous sleep there from Balks and Blue, going to get the follow-up, and it will be a nice early win there for Pay to Win, which will see them going forward.
I've never heard someone recover cough so quickly, Gio, so that's either your superpower or you're just really, really in tune with this map. Match, shall I say. Professional, of course. Yeah, that dive there from Pay to Win, so strong there. I think taking Cam pretty much completely by surprise. Benj being forced to use that immortality, as you pointed out there, so early. And it looks like a very interesting rotation here from Cam, meaning that pretty much the entire fight, unless they leave the cot like they have now, is going to be in Pay to Win's favor.
Yeah, Laraf opening up with another pick. What's a Panda? Panda finding himself the target a lot of the time in this series here for those keen shots from the Sojourns. And now it's going to be Cam walking it in their direction. And remember, folks, it is match point for Cam. If Cam win this push map, they have won this point, and Pay to Win are out of Tranquility.
Yeah, and Pay to Win obviously would quite like to keep the win in their name. I don't think Pay to Lose sounds quite as exciting there. Hutski forgetting to put down the translocator there spells their demise, and that should be Cam taking over the lead.
Yes, nicely done for Cam there, getting that opportunity to take Hutski down. Of course, you take down that scout ability and such for the side of Pay to Win, who are teeing off now. This Nano ready, going to dive in onto the backline, forcing the Immortality Field out, and that's going to be melted down nice and quick. The backline are in a lot of trouble. They are going to continue to melt down, but not as much value as they thought they would get. Meanwhile, Elraf pressing the Elraf button, and it's just gone absolutely mad. But Blue is brazenly taking on the rest of the team. I got a little stuck there on my bees there. Too many bees. And not the Nick Cage kind.
Not the Nick Cage kind, yeah. We will see Woki here. I'm not sure. Jaya not wanting to deal with a high energy Zarya as a tracer. Don't worry, worried that the rest of the team was going to catch up there. Really far push there, but very key. Pay to Win denied that checkpoint there for Cam, meaning they denied forward spawns and they denied that. Meaning that anytime it is touched, let's say, it will be a beautiful grab and a stall.
Yeah, but it's actually the monkey bubble that saves a lot of the follow-up blade coming out from Pure, so we'll find Panda to start it out with, and the other support. No more healing on the side of Pay to Win, as their chances have been thwarted here with nice ult usage from Cam.
Really nice ult usage there. I think that was 3 ults, so quite an investment there from the side there. Suga going super aggro here, and Eliraf will meet them in the middle there to take out blue, meaning that this checkpoint will be gathered. Forward spawns now active for Cam. There is this little butt scratch moment that does take, I think, about 10 seconds or so, which means a little bit of downtime for Pay to Win to respawn, gather themselves up, and look for this next fight here. Benj will have this window, and that's looking to be pretty much the only ult on board there, as Jaya does whip that pulse from, unfortunately.
Yeah, swing and a miss. You hit some, you miss some, but blue is going to get sent back to spawn the Quick Way Express. That's a beat, that's a decision made there by Panda to try and stay in this fight. Could be a miscommunication there, as a lot of the team are gone. That's very unfortunate, especially now that Elraf has a very free overclock coming up.
Yeah, very free overclock there, and even if they weren't going to use it for that, Karisu is definitely going to be at Blade well before Panda is at that next beat. Yeah, maybe a misplay, maybe a misclick, maybe just a miscommunication, but in total a mistake is the key.
Maybe Bang! It's going to turn Hutski down. Furioso finding Baux. Is back and forth here, but I do think Pay to Win are holding this one out. You see Blue holding the fort down on the front line. Furioso, though, can't say too much when this Genji is alive for the side of Cam. Kurisu is just an incredible DPS, but will get taken out there in the end.
Man, I just think Karisu hates Panda. I don't know what it is. Maybe there was some bad mouthing before the game, but Karisu absolutely has Panda's number, and we'll see Hutski switching over to that Reaper pick that did so well for them in the first round, but not so much now.
Yeah, Kurisu now has an issue with Hutski taking them out early, and Panda, it's a black and white relationship with the DPS of Cam, but it's very much in the favor of the DPS of Cam, who just seem to target that poor Lucio constantly. Elraf, incredible accuracy as per. It's what you expect. It's the creme de la creme. It is the bread and butter. It is all sorts of food types. But Kurisu, this blade is ready.
This blade is ready, and we will see the switch over now to a Genji for themselves from Pay to Win, and Blue switching over to the Zarya. So an exact mirror match here for the teams, but will it be too late for Pay to Win? It is too late for Tsuga to try to do anything.
Yeah, that speed is gone. Now going to get chased down nice and quick. There is the side of Cam. Very good elimination there from the orb field by Jaya. I forget the technical name of that ability for the soldier.
Disruptor field.
Disruptor field, the one.
Disruptor field. You were close, so we'll give you that one there. And yeah, this was the comp that we saw Pay to Win running on the first map that they won into the mirror match, right? With Woki. Was it with Woki? I think it might have been with the other Momer from Cam. Speaking of them, they have not really allowed the bot to cut, but they have taken away this forward spawn of Cam.
Yeah, B comes out early to sustain a quick push, but it's not really found them too much fortune, as they are going to bring out both the Amp Field and the Blade. Immortality Field actually subsides a lot of that Blade ability and will take them down in the end. Big Graviton Surge though to follow it up from Woki, and will start to win this fight out for the side of Cam. A lot of investments there in that ult fight for the side of Cam could mean a return to glory here for Pay to Win in the next fight.
Yeah, that Blue survives that despite Woki being super high charged there. and having the Lucio with them, Blue was just able to survive. They're just maybe cycling their bubbles a little better there. They do manage to get this forward spawns yet again, and I think that was kind of just what Woki was going for, just allowing their team to spawn a little bit closer there. There's the grab though, and that's going to be used pretty much immediately there from Blue.
Oh, very nicely done, that grab. Sometimes it's not the flashy plays to get the value, and that's what we saw there. Woki going to get chased down here. If they get taken out, this would be huge for the side of Pay to Win. Yeah, and it's starting to move close to that butt scratch.
Starting to move very close to the butt scratch, and I mean, if they don't get it here, they're going to be so close. Pushing into the Sojourn ult here of Jaya, and I'd like to see them press Q quite quickly so that Cam are a little bit scared. No, they're actually going to give this butt scratch away for free. A bold choice there from Cam, but maybe deciding to take the fight now once the team can't move.
Oh, Elraf going to open it up onto who? It's Panda. I'm starting to actually feel bad. But Suga gets it from the other end, and well, Cam do continue their reign of supremacy here. But Scratch has been awarded though for Pay to Win.
It's been awarded, and that means that there are split spawns here for Pay to Win. It's now cancelled by the side of Cam, but a very quick recon test here, straight into it there. But Elirap with the Slytherin ult.
Curious decision to push into the overclock of Elraf. You know how dangerous this player can be when they're on peak performance, and they're on that level right now. But Hutski trying to get around for their team out of the darkness. It is the night that saves us. It is Hutski on the Genji, stopping them from getting to that checkpoint. Also is going to help them swing it forward. If they get back to their butt scratch, that'll be helpful. But it's do or die. It's the last fight territory.
Last fight territory, and look at Karisu has the blade. There is pretty much no response here from Pay to Win. Belks can window, but I mean, a deflecting Genji will just do more damage than good for your team. And yeah, we will need to see Pay to Win stay on this card entirely, as there's that blade coming through.
Oh, the blade completely nullified. Disruptor field was so useful there. Hutski takes out Kariso, Jaya and Woki. All of a sudden, Pay to Win on the last element of this fight could really bring it out here. Here comes the blade from Hutski. It could be big taken out though. Oh no, the blade's not getting the value, but Pay to Win, they're on the move. They have that forward spawn. Do not count them out yet.
That was bizarre. That was like a press Q to die button for both Genjis there. Husky switching over to the soldier to get back to the fight quicker. As we will see, Cam has this here, but there is the beat, the grab at the feet of Blue.
It's a big beat, but the grab is huge. Elraf is going to find Panda though. Now Jaya are going to find Bangs back and forth, but will be the side of Cam starting to get those eliminations in the end. The comeback crew have been thwarted. Pay to Win are looking like they're on their last legs here. Yes, they will. And Cam have won in this matchup here, eliminating Pay to Win from Tranquility Discord.
GG's in the chat, Geo. A fantastic showing from both sides there. A massive pushback at the end there from Pay to Win there. Just an unfortunate Q diff there from Cam, as we will see this beautiful grab there from Woki. I'm still surprised Blue lived that, and I didn't realize that. Yeah, Blue had no healing there. Just a bit of help from the Genji. And Geo, that was a game. That was definitely that. If the rest of playoffs are like this, obviously we're seeing, you won't be seeing it on screen, but the rest of playoffs are happening right now. You'll be able to see the results a little bit later, maybe in the next match. Maybe if you're in the Discord, you can see them being posted or ask the teams as they post those GGs. But that was a brilliant game.
Yeah. That was incredible, and the fact that we saw the possibility of that push map actually swinging back into the way of Pay to Win at the end just goes to show. I told you, I hyped it up, the drama of push. It can be really back and forth. But yes, you know, despite the 3-1 scoreline, these teams have been very back and forth throughout this. Although, in the end, Cam have shown themselves to be the overall better team today. A lot of their players were on some peak performance stuff. Incredible gameplay from some of them, and the raw accuracy from the DPS lineup here of both sides. Yeah, I need to take my glasses off because I need to see like it's Xayah, Elarath, right? The Sojourns, incredible. That was a nice swap there. That was very smooth, much smoother than mine. I'll try and put these sunglasses on my friend
On
here.
the Fox.
There we go.
Nice. Actually, really, really cute.
Oh,
Oh no! And
Oh, no.
you can hold the fox there just to give it a little stroke like the evil mastermind that you are. Yeah, a fantastic match, fantastic showing, really good representation of I'd say what this tier this season has been like the Discord tier Harmony EU here on Tranquility. I can speak. Tranquility.
A little too cutesy, yes. Yes, it is Halloween time, it's spooky, right? So, it is the cadavers around Midtown, because they won that. There we go. Who will take it here? Condolences to Paid to Win, but your journey has been interesting to watch. I wish you luck with next season of Tranquility if you do decide to join. But for now, Cam will be advancing in that losers bracket. They continue on their journey. Can they be the team that goes from the losers bracket and builds it all the way up to that grand finals of that Discord tier and be the first EU Tranquility Discord champions?
Champions is correct. I'm seeing Cam Stonks on the rise, Gio.
Yeah. Could the C stand for champion? Check out their journey and the unfolding Tranquility
Champions are made?
streams. That's so good! Champions are made! I love that one. Yes. That's what I'm going with, especially if they win. By the way, folks, my jumper is green. Not grey. I am not wearing a grey jumper. I just wanted to say that. I have no idea what's going on with my camera.
That shirt
right now.
is actually soup.
Oh, it's actually soup.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, that means. Oh, well, let's get this cape off.
It's made of
That's,
soup.
Yes. Don't know why my green jumper is coming up grey. I genuinely don't understand.
You can see on the edges there that it's green.
Yeah, it's like it's been like chroma keyed out or something. I don't know, man. Anyway, that's going to be the end of today's broadcast. A great matchup here. The first streamed playoffs for the EU side of things in Tranquility. And if this is where it starts, imagine where it goes from here. The more the playoffs go, the better and the better the teams are. The more they want it, the hungrier they are, the better the matches, the deeper the primal urge to win. You gotta love it. Hoorah! Frost, any last words?
All I'm saying is, good luck to every single team. All teams looking strong now. If that was what was that? I think that was seed 6 and 7. If that's a representation of how this is, these playoffs are going to be banging. Make sure you stay tuned in for them.
Absolutely. But that's all of it from now. Thank you to the teams for allowing us to stream. Thank you to Hippie for producing. My name is Joe, been casting for you today. And ba-da-dan, da-da-dan. Don't forget to laugh loud and love yourself, folks. Good night.
Was I moved by lust? Was I moved by faith? The truth has a way of finding the light or changing in time. Did I fall